Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Lipperini, Dr. Lip, Dr. L, whatever you so choose to call me. I am here 7:15 on Monday morning, and I thought long and hard about what to do for my self-care video, and I figured this would be the most honest and realistic way to show you self-care for me right now. I look at years past where I had a lot of different devices I used related to meditation, other things, and the reality is I just don't use those right now. So I figured I'll show you what works for my life right now. And I thought long and hard, and at one point I thought I'd do nothing for self-care. And then when I really broke it down, I do some self-care. It's just not something that for a while I considered self-care, but it does recharge me. It is my time. And as someone who is an introvert at heart, as much as I like presenting and doing things like that, I do need time to myself to recharge and away from stimulation. Yes, I like performing and I get some energy from that, but I really recharge and get energy from time by myself. So what do I do to recharge is I get up earlier than my family. Like right now, I'm in my house and my kids are sleeping, my husband is sleeping, and the only company I have is a dog who is leaving me alone. So that is nice. Just having the quiet start to the day helps me feel a little bit more ownership for my time, and that I do have some time. Would I prefer to sleep in until the last minute? Absolutely. But the benefits outweigh the disadvantages of getting up earlier. So getting up early for some quiet time to kind of set the tone for the day and let me have some say in how that starts is great, rather than being woken up to a child yelling "mommy." Feels better to me. Other than that, if you've noticed my hairdo, showering, it doesn't sound that amazing, but at this point in my life, showering is my self-care of taking a long shower, being clean. I now don't underestimate the power of that to help me feel good now that I have these little people and a part-time job and lots of different responsibilities of making time to take care of myself at what feels like a very basic level, but is easy to skip. So taking a nice long shower to start my day and not being rushed in that or having people banging on my door is amazing. So I love taking a nice hot long shower and also treating myself to the products in that shower. So, I think that's one of the splurges I have, is having nice shampoo and body wash and soap, and not just picking up whatever's on sale or whatever happens to be in our linen closet. So for me, that is a luxury and something that I can realistically, I think I've used the word realistically multiple times here. So obviously that's important. When your client keeps mentioning a word over and over again, it's probably important. So for me, realistic is probably the catchphrase for my self-care right now. So what can I actually manage, and what can I manage to do consistently? That is something I can manage to do consistently. And so taking care of myself on that basic level does make me feel good. Other than that, my self-care also consists of podcasts. So would I love to sit down in a chair and read a book for an hour every day? Absolutely, but I can't right now. So I do listen to a lot of podcasts and also audiobooks. My library, and probably yours, have downloadable audiobooks, including really current titles and a wide range of different titles. So I've been able to get through a lot of books that way and enjoy that. And it makes things like commuting and traveling back and forth to places and doing dishes and all those things much more enjoyable when I feel like I have kind of the companionship of a good book or a podcaster talking in the background. So that has been another way to get things in that I enjoy. So I also listen to books with my son, who isn't a big fan of sitting down and reading a book. So one way that I've been able to connect with him every night is we're listening to books together. So right now we are almost done with the first Harry Potter book. So it's a nice way for me to wind down too. And I do look forward to listening to a book with him. So I guess I could say that not only am I reading my books, but I'm also getting through Harry Potter with him, which it may be shocking to some of you. I've never read any of the books or seen any of the movies. So my son and I are doing that together for the first time. So I guess those are the things that I can realistically do right now. See, I use the word again. I used to do things like a lot of crafting and reading books and being in like 3 book clubs, but I really don't enjoy being in a book club anymore. So I stopped doing it. And, I'd rather do other things with my time. One thing I will share with you related to self-care and something that is extremely new to me and begins tonight actually is I joined an adult kickball league. I am now on the Ball and Oates adult kickball league here, and I'm nervous because I don't know anybody else on the team. I was supposed to sign up with a couple of friends, and they got put on another team, and I got put by myself on this team. But I'm still doing it because initially I was going to do it by myself anyway. The friends were a bonus. So I will be going to a kickball field or a playground area with a bunch of different fields tonight by myself at night, leaving behind my husband and kids in the midst of homework time and that busy right after dinner time. I'm going to choose to leave and try not to feel bad about it or guilty while I go and play kickball and hopefully don't make a fool out of myself for a little bit. And then I'll come back to everything still happening here. But it's really hard for me to feel like I'm allowed and that it's good for me to be able to step out. My husband plays on adult softball leagues, and he's out sometimes twice a week for that. And I feel like that's okay. But for me to take the time doesn't feel as valid or acceptable. So in some ways, it's more than just the logistics of getting out the door, but more mentally of feeling I'm entitled to the time. So I will be playing tonight, and I will post and let you know how my game goes. And I really don't care if we win or lose. I'm just hoping I make it there and I don't hurt myself. So anyway, I'm looking forward to watching your videos and hoping that you have been taking care of yourselves since getting back from residency. And it'll be nice to see you all in some form online. So I'm going to turn this off before somebody starts yelling for me. This has been nice. I've actually had a good stretch this morning. So I wish you well, and I'll see you soon.